my companion and I were teaching this man from Guatemala, and we he was the perfect investigator right from the get-go, from what we could tell. He showed up to church after uh, our first invitation to him to go to church, and he showed up in a white shirt and tie and slacks, and um, people thought that he was just a new member that had just moved in or something. They mistook him for that. And everyone loved him right from the get-go. And we were working really hard with him and kind of moving towards inviting him to be baptized. And we taught him out on his lawn in front of the house, because he shared the house with a lot of other people who rented there. And so sometimes we were interrupted during our lessons. So one night, when we were determined we weren't going to leave until we had at least invited him to be baptized, and we planned a really, really good lesson that was going to be so powerful and so spiritual and just unstoppable lesson. And we're teaching, and it was getting really serious, and he was receiving everything really well. And literally a minute before we were going to extend the invitation, a friend of someone else who lived there walked out the front door and was very obviously very drunk, and saw us there and wanted to say hi and thought he recognized us. And just right at that moment when we were going to ask him. And so we talked to him and we're like, hi, no, you don't know us. We don't know you. Yeah, just trying to do whatever we could to get him to move along so we could finish our lesson. And but he obviously stuck around and was talking about the missionaries he'd met before and things like that, and just completely killed the lesson, the whole moment. And talked for another half hour to us after that, just so drunk. And so eventually we got his contact information so we could go talk to him some other time. And by that point, it was a little bit past our curfew, so we had to leave. And we're pretty angry, to say the least, after that. So sometimes that happens. You just think it's going to go perfectly, and someone just knows the exact timing that will just completely destroy your lesson. So that was one of the more, it's funny now to think about it, but one of the more funny stories from lessons from my mission.